My very first day, and I get a job on the hoot shift, and the hoot shift is the 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. shift. And so, of course, I go home. I'm not able to sleep or anything that night, and I got a UTR job, so I'm going to be driving the trucks, and my dad, being the wonderful person he is, wanted to go down with me and make sure that, you know, I felt safe and good, and kind of helped me out, giving the moral support the first day. So we go down there, and of course my dad hasn't driven a UTR like in maybe ever, you know. He never had to go through the training, and so he wasn't much help as far as, you know, on the job, but the moral support was great. And so we're all driving around the yard, you know, and the boss tells us, go get a bomb cart, and we're all looking at each other going, what's a bomb cart? You know, we're driving around going, what is a bomb cart, and where would you find one? So you know, we finally kind of get our groove going on, and I was told to get a chassis. I go hook up to a chassis. I drive up under the hook. I'm waiting in line, and there's 2 trucks in front of me, okay? And this is probably my, first or second time driving under the hook. First night on the job, I mean, brand new, and I'm waiting in line, and all of a sudden I look up, and I see this UTR swinging above the truck in front of me, just dangling, going back and forth. The guy got picked up. His chassis and the container and the chassis stayed attached. So when they went to pick up the container, his UTR, chassis, everything got picked up really high, and he's swinging in the air, and I'm going, oh my gosh. I mean, that was a freak out point. And, you know, and the guy that got picked up under the hook, this is his first time too, you know. So for all of us, I mean, it was a really crazy experience. And, you know, when they brought him back down, the face of the UTR, the truck, you know, the windshield was on the floor. So he was, you know, that's how he got brought back down. And, you know, he had to get out through the window, and you see his leg like shaking, you know, trying to get out the window. I mean, poor guy, and poor all of us for having to witness this. But so that was my first night on the waterfront, and never to be forgotten. And it definitely shaped the way I saw safety, the way that I worked down there. You know, every time I was a signal person and I was under the hook, I always had my hand on that radio ready just in case. You know, when I was a swing person under the hook unlocking the chassis, I always made sure I unlocked those chassis. Just because of what I had witnessed. And when I was driving a UTR, I made sure other people were doing their job around me too. So it definitely, I think it was a good experience for me, because it set the tone for the rest of my time down on the waterfront.